I know. I'm like,
Oh no, that would have been. So we are now live. What's going on, everybody? Walter Hooper of WA Hooper Marketing, and we are streaming a part of our season 3 debut of Marketing Minds Meet. I am sitting here today with two business pioneers here in the Grosse Pointe community. I am sitting here with Betsy and Claire, who are part of the Lawn Next Door Salon and Spa. Ladies, say hello to everybody on the channel.
hello, everybody.
So, if you want to just give a brief overview of the both of you, how you connected, and how what is the Lawn Next Door? What is it? What is it?
Oh, okay. Well, I can tell you. Yeah, my name is Betsy. I'm the owner of the Lawn Next Door. Yeah, the whole name of my salon came to be from my daughter. When she was 2, I was working at Collab Salon, which is also in the community of Grosse Pointe. And she would ask me, Mommy, can I go to the lawn with you? And I'm like, oh my God, that is so cute. So I wrote it down in my journal. I'm like, that's going to be the name of my salon one day, the lawn. I really, really loved that. I then found out that the salon next door to Collab was actually, for sale. And we decided to start talking with those salon owners, and we talked for months. And then I naturally, moved in, was renting for them for a while to figure out if we really wanted to be there. We got to know the building. And then I started telling my clients I'm now at the salon next door, and that just kind of rolled off the tongue. I'm like, oh my gosh, the lawn next door. I love that. And it's got a greater meaning, not just the neighbor now of the next door. I went next door and I never talked to those people anymore. We are great neighbors. We love them. And we talk still. Perfect. People ask us that a lot, oh, how is that? It's completely fine. So yeah, the lawn next door, the next door, we're going to be a neighbor to a lot of different people and just a bigger part of a community oriented, focused space. Claire and I met a couple years ago at a wedding, and we are actually meeting up with these ladies tonight. Yeah, you want to hit on that? Yeah.
So we have mutual friends, and her and I had never met prior to the wedding, and this was November 20th, 2021.
Yes.
At Sam and Lou's wedding. We'll name drop them.
Yep.
And she said, okay, I'm going to sit you next to so-and-so and so-and-so because I think you'll really hit it off with our friend Betsy. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, tell me about this person. She's like, she's really fun. She's really artsy. She's a hairstylist. And I'm thinking, oh, crap, I better be on my hair game when I get there. And I was doing my hair on my own. And I remember it wasn't fully done.
Yes.
And I purposely wore a hat because I knew I'd be sitting next to a hairstylist.
And I also wore the same hat. Yeah. And I very rarely wear hats. So it was just really funny. Well, it was just really funny because you're like, oh my gosh, the hairstylist is wearing the hairstylist hat.
And then we just hit off with anything and everything that we were talking about.
Dancing, music, art, everything.
Yeah, hair, obviously.
And art. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I was telling you how I was the social media manager for a couple companies at the time. You're like, oh my God. Well, I'm looking for a social media manager.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, the stars have aligned.
Yes.
And then we became best friends ever
since.
And we started doing Zoom calls literally once a week.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah, and we didn't end up. I helped you a little bit with design and marketing, but we didn't really dive as deep into that as we thought. And then when she saw all of my artwork, she asked me to design the logo for the lawn next door. And so that is one of my creations.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
look at that.
Claire's created. Yeah, Elena Claire Creations.
Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead, plug it.
Yeah. Yeah, her logo is really cute. Really cute. Our logo.
So I love it. I love the I see the enthusiasm. I see it's all there. And it's why it works. You connect it right away like that. The chemistry, and you wore the same hat. Like how
know.
crazy is that? So I wanna know, right now, we're pretty much life is kind of pretty much back to normal. I think everyone's kind of, the pandemic's been there, kind of been there, done that. Now, what would you say is what are some of your biggest goals and objectives for not only the remainder of the year, but also in the next 5 to 10 years? Where would you like to see the future of the lawn next door?
Well, we're diving deeper into more like charity events and community focused events, not just events, but things that are helping our community. What is going to help the community stay more, not just tight knit, but like strengthen everybody that's surrounding us. I feel like I know a lot of people say like small business love and all of that, but it is true. Like we do need to support each other. And if there's always this like competitive feeling, like one business to the next, then we're not going to be stronger together for real. We do need to send people to other salons. Like I still, if I'm getting clients calling in that I am not doing those services, I send them to Collab or other salons in the area. Like I'm not going to be able to touch every single person's hair, and that's okay. There's enough people to go around in the world. And I think a lot of people with like the scarcity mindset of like, oh my God, that's affecting my business because they're my competitor. Like just because you're down the street from me doesn't mean that we need to compete. There's maybe they're not going to connect with you and maybe they will connect with me. And maybe someone who's been to the lawn, they didn't really feel comfortable there. And just because we have longer services and they want to be in and out, well, then maybe I can find you another salon to go to, I think just like knowing more of what the community wants and what they're looking for is going to help everybody,
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And last couple questions I have. So this is for obviously the both of you. When you are not running the lawn next door, like the boss that you are, what are some of your? We'll start with you, Betsy. What are some of your favorite pastime activities and hobbies that you enjoy?
Well, I used to travel a lot. I mean, a lot. I liked to travel. Yesterday was my first flight this past weekend was my first flight since 2019. And so I would really like to start traveling more with my family and seeing more because I feel like Margot, I mean, she just doesn't know. That's our youngest. She doesn't know like where she's traveled to because she was so young, when COVID happened. And we only did a little bit before, when she was a baby. But we took our son like a lot of different places and he remembers a little bit, but still that was 3 years ago. I mean, 3 years is a long time for kids. So that memory is like kind of fading. So I really want to get back into traveling. I love the water. So we go to Belle Isle Beach a lot. That is one of my family's favorite places to go. And then up north and just nature, really. I like to be out in nature and yoga.
Okay, what kind of yoga?
Well, lately I've been going to ABX, Redux in the Park with Christy, and she does a yin yoga every Sunday. That is like deep hold stretches that I love because you're just holding those stretches for like 4 minutes at a time. It's intense, but just, it feels good. Like, it does. But I mean, I like other flows as well. I'm not super picky, but the yin has been like really helpful because I do her bar classes too. So when I'm doing her bar classes, I'm, she's working out a lot of different things and then like specifically like intentionally stretching out what we had worked on that past week to hold those stretches. Yeah.
Nice. What about you?
I would say she pretty much named all of mine. I love the water. I love nature, yoga, anything that has to do with health and wellness.
Mhm.
I am a huge weightlifter, even though looking at me, you wouldn't know that. It's kind of my lifeline, going to the gym, and eating healthy and lessening my carbon footprint. So I'm just going to slide into it that I'm vegan. So yeah, I'm very passionate about keeping up with what's going on with the climate and the environment and the well-being of animals and our people and the LGBTQ plus community. And I'm an artist, so when I'm not working on a piece for a client, I'm drawing for myself. It's a form of meditation for me and therapy.
Yeah.
And I'm a big advocate for mental health, so anything that applies to that.
Okay. What kind of art do you do?
She paints a lot. Yeah. It's really, really cool. Oh, so yeah, that's another thing. I mean, not to take away from you, but kind of not hinting, but circling back to the salon space, we have a rotating art gallery and we're going to have Claire's art on the walls at some point. I know, for a while. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, right now we've had 4 different artists on our walls. So we have 1 artist per season. So their art is on our walls for 3 months at a time. So it's always for sale. If you're ever like coming in and like, oh my God, this is beautiful, you can take it home. But it stays up for the season, and then it, once it gets taken down, whatever art that wants to be purchased can be purchased.
Which that's very unique because a lot of the places that I've showcased my work, usually like at tops at most, they'll have it up for a month. 3 months is a stretch, and so that's wonderful for us local artists. That's huge. It's a lot of traffic, and that's very appreciated.
Yeah. And we're supporting other local artists in the salon too, like outside of the gallery. So like we're, like I touched on earlier, like we don't have a lot of like hair and skincare products just sitting on our shelves, and literally going to waste away. So we're carrying like jewelry from makers, candles, and like Detroit's Futures Female, like their tote bags and sweatshirts we have at the salon right now. So yeah, a lot of different makers and artists we want to support. So it's a big part of our mission to support more people in our community.
Look at that. Look at that. Community driven. That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
Right. Last but certainly not least, if there are prospective clients that want to reach out and schedule a booking, do you have a website? Do you have social media, phone number, email? How can people find you? Now is the time to plug all of the things here.
Thank you.
Well, how can they do that?
Yes. So I will start with, we do have a website, thelawnnextdoor.com. You can also find us on Instagram at The Lawn Next Door, which has our link tree that also directs you right to our website. And then we also have our Facebook community page. So instead of spamming everybody on my personal account, on my Betsy Styles account, I've created the Lawn Next Door page, but also a group that you can request to be a part of, so you can see our constant openings and events that are scheduled through there. So it's the Lawn Next Door Salon and Spa Community Board. And then my phone number. Our phone number is 313-882-6240. And then we also have a 24/7 text line. So that is 313-362-4604. We may not be active 24/7, but we will receive messages 24/7. And so we are mostly answering within our business hours back to those messages. But if you don't know like a service to choose on the website, you are more than welcome to email us, hello@thelawnnextdoor.com, or text us, or give us a phone call or a DM on any of those.
All right. Well, I gotta say, this has been a great kickoff to season 3. I appreciate both of you being here, taking the time. And well,
Thanks
for
for
you,
having
welcome
us.
back to the Knot for a
Thank
second time,
you.
and welcome to the Knot for the
Thank you for
first
having
time. This has been great. I would love to have you back on the program and talk a little bit,
Thank
maybe
you.
go a little bit more deeper about certain topics and things like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, no, this has been another episode of Marketing Minds Meet. I'm Walter Hooper, and we as an audience have been listening to Betsy and Claire here and tell their story. Well, not tell their stories. Yeah, I'm trying to refrain from using that.
Yeah.
We have been documenting their journey. That's
Like
how I like
that.
that's how I like to put it. I
Yes.
feel like telling your story has been watered down like
Yeah.
the last
Yeah.
year and a half. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome. Thanks, Walter.